Accurate four-zone weather with Chief Meteorologist Chris Suchan.
And for a while there today, Chris, we were touch and go once again because we were watching more rain head to the area.
Insult to injury at this point.
Yeah, the flash flooding risk was there. Are we good tonight? Is everything?
Well, we're not in the clear, and I'm going to say stay alert, stay prepared, stay flexible with this forecast. I do expect to see some more showers and thunderstorms here. The soil is super saturated after all this water, and it's like having a sponge in your hand. And it's soaked, it's saturated. You pour water on, it's just going to run right off. And so that's kind of where we are right now with our conditions here through the hill country. And so it's the opposite of the drought conditions where it runs off, and then you have that happy middle, and then all of a sudden you go to the other end of the spectrum. That's where we are. So again, the flood watch not in effect tonight. These are existing advisories, the flood warning, and the National Weather Service is busy evaluating new data trends coming in here, and they'll be making that decision here tonight to perhaps put this back in or not. So you'll want to check in with Jeanette first thing early in the morning. She'll have that for you. Now you see, earlier in the evening we had a burst of some thunderstorms, western Guadalupe into Comal County. There was actually an outflow boundary collision here, a big time rainfall, really high rainfall rates for a period upwards of over 3 inches per hour in a couple spots. So that's in effect until 11:30, and that's typical with flash flood warnings. They'll have a long expiration time or a long duration while they're in effect before they expire. And then we have a flood advisory down to the south. Earlier we had those heavy downpours in the North Fork of the Guadalupe, and that was the reason for some warnings to be issued. We didn't get a wall of water, but we did get a push of water from that as that water then moved in, and it's been spreading down into the main channel, heading down to Center Point. All right, so here we go with the rainfall amounts, and this is the reason why. Again, you can see we had some bullseyes up here, over 3 inches of rain. Let me go ahead and get one right there, and then one right here for you. And there you can see, kind of get an idea. It was 2 to about 3.5 inches of rain. Not so much the South Fork, it was more of the North Fork this particular go around. In and around Bexar County, again, the big bullseyes really up here around New Braunfels. This is where we had some spots picking up 1.5 to about 3 inches of rain or more in this general area here. So there you kind of get a little bit of an idea. Over here, 1.5 inches to over 2 inches of rain, parts of Guadalupe County. And then out around Alamo Ranch, we had some big numbers there, and up around the Dominion and Fair Oaks Ranch. Had these pockets out here in the Bandera too. We do want to point out over 2 inches of rain out there near Medina. And then we go down south, look at this, in Atascosa County, that's a 4+ right there, and that right around 5 inches. And then as you work all the way down here to the south, can we kick the lights back up here just for a second here? There we go. You can see 4.5 inches of rain there into around Cotulla. All right, now, this is our Raul B. Rodriguez law, weather cam view there of the river in Kerrville. It's back up again. It's around just below 5,000 cubic feet per second. That's not flood stage. And it's likely leveled off, and it's going to be decreasing. And then this push of water is going to be heading down the river through the day tonight and through the day tomorrow. So you'll see that push of water in Center Point, Comfort, Bergheim, and eventually into Spring Branch. And there you can see this is a push of water down to Bandera going towards Medina Lake. I want to get you a check of the lake levels. And there you see Canyon Lake is up almost 11 feet since Saturday morning. There's Medina about 8 feet, and Lake Travis is up about 16 feet since Saturday morning. So here's the setup. We still have this trough axis sitting here, a little spin, and I believe my expectation is that overnight tonight to tomorrow morning, it's going to try to flare up another batch of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And we've seen this in recent nights. And the HER computer model, which has been my model of choice since last week, where there were times I wasn't showing you our in-house computer model because I thought it was completely off. This continues to be my lean. So let's roll this. And you see tonight, 2 in the morning, the developing showers and thunderstorms. I don't have a problem with this. I think this is possible. Look at this. That would be flood advisories or even a flash flood warning issued in Bexar County, Comal, into Kendall County. That's at 5 in the morning. Make sure you're checking in with Jeanette first thing here. We could be busy in the morning with this. Then it's expanding up into Kerr County and Bandera, and that's at 10 to 10:30. So this would be, to me, a flood risk, especially with the saturation levels we have right now with our soil, through 10 to 11 o'clock. And then it's morphing into some clusters down the Highway 90 corridor toward Eagle Pass as things relax back to the I-35 corridor. And then as we head into Tuesday, there's still a chance that we can see a couple come in off the Gulf here. So based on what I just showed you, this is the additional rainfall, and you can see that there's possibility of a 1 to 4 inch rain around Bexar County with that solution. And as I've been saying, don't just fixate on one spot. It's a model. Sometimes it could shift around. And so there's that potential, again, is still there as I see it in, right up here through Kirk County. And you look at the color bar here, the legend, 3 to over 4 inches of rain when you get into that shade of orange in there. All right, this is our in-house computer model. Not quite as aggressive. It does blow up some showers and storms tonight, just a smaller batch. I'm hoping this is what actually plays out, but I'm not so confident about it. And then you can see tomorrow there's just not as much. So my lean is toward the first computer model that I showed you. And then we will see, again, Tuesday, some come into the area from the Gulf here. This is the additional rainfall based on that, what I just showed you. All right, your forecast tomorrow, right, for now, I'm going to keep it at a 30% chance through the morning to the lunch hour. I contemplated bumping that morning chance up, though, I will tell you that, but I just held at it. 91 in the afternoon, 7-day forecast. 91. I do have a 30% chance of scattered showers and storms Tuesday. Isolated on Wednesday. I've bumped that up a bit. And then I do expect to see more Saharan dust to round out the week as our next weather maker. Here you have it out west. Next couple of days, some scattered showers or thunderstorms in the forecast. The Hill Country, 86 tomorrow with scattered showers and storms. Again, we're going to be very closely watching those trends for you on radar. And here's our Eastern Zone extended forecast. We're back right after this.